So a lot of what we do on this channel is diagnose and repair, and so a lot of what's going to come in this video is stuff that wasn't wrong, but I take you through the process. That's kind of how I do everything. But you know, for the 30-second synopsis here is this chute that's in here was clogged that feeds the ice maker. It was simply iced up and water wasn't passing through. So you know, the easy thing is remove this here. This connection here, it's just a hand screw. You can take the feeder out of here by turning it a quarter turn to the left and pulling it out, and then you can use some hot water. It'll clean it right out. So simple problem. But anyways, it could have been the valve, and you'll see in the rest of the video. But for the quick kind of solution here, if you're not getting water to your ice maker, is disconnect this line here, take the fill tube out, clean it, make sure it's not clogged. Okay, so let's take a look at today's problem. The ice maker is not making ice, and it seems like there's not incoming water coming in. So I can cycle it, it's working, it's moving the tines that push the ice cubes out, but there's no, you can stick your fingers down in here, you can actually feel the wells that the water goes into to freeze into ice cubes. It's not getting any water. That's what this thing is right here. So there's a separate valve in the fridge, I imagine, that fills this up. This, I don't know what I call a little reservoir that pours in and fills this up. So we're going to have to take the ice maker out of here to see what's going on. If it's blocked, if the solenoid valve is bad, you know, could be the control board not telling the solenoid valve to open, who knows. We're going to take these two screws loose right here so we can get this out of here. It should just have a plug on it to get it out. Okay, so you can see I've got the unit out now. This is just to get it out of the way. And this is what I'm talking about. See, this fills up with water right here. There's a valve that opens and fills this, and it fills up the tray with water so it can freeze. And I'm not exactly sure how it knows when it's frozen before it. I think it's just a time delay thing. And it pushes the ice cubes out using this. But this, like I said, this isn't the problem. It's not getting water to fill this. So let's take a look at that. So you see right here, that's where the water comes out here. So there's a valve for this. It doesn't, I wanted to see if this had some problem, like it was maybe clogged up or something. It doesn't appear so. And it appears like maybe the valve might be on the backside. I'm not sure. I might have to pull the fridge out to see. But either way, I might pull this inspection cover here and see if I can see anything, but it doesn't look like it. It looks to me like the valve is going to be in the back of the fridge. So what we might try and do is see if we're getting voltage to the solenoid, or if there's something wrong with it, like, you know, if there's anything obviously physically wrong. So now remember, I don't do this for a living, so I'm figuring this out with you, but obviously the tube comes through right here and the valve is down in the bottom, which actually makes sense to me. So we're going to have to dig into this and see what's going on there. The other thing I'm noticing is there's a little bit of water back here, so I need to take a look at this connection here and see what's going on. There's just a small leak, so we'll get that fixed. These things are pretty common connections. I probably just need to tighten it a little bit. I don't like the way they got this routed either. This is factory with that tape. I might fix that. But let me get this cover off of here, and there will be a solenoid valve in here. Actually, look at this. It probably even tells you right here. At any rate, we'll open it up and we'll figure it out. And maybe what we'll do is we'll check the solenoid for, we'll check it for resistance and just see if it's open or not, because that'll be a telltale. If not, we'll figure out what voltage it is, and maybe we can apply a independent voltage to it, like from a battery. And if it opens and we hear water flowing, we know it's the control side. If it doesn't, then we know that either the valve is bad or the solenoid is bad. So let me get this open. Okay, so this looks relatively serviceable. So we can see, apparently they have an incoming water valve right here, which has got a solenoid on it for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. without a schematic, but the incoming water comes in, it comes out here. That follows along down here, it goes up to the filter, you can tell. Comes back on this white line right here, which goes into a manifold with two solenoids. So one is ice maker fill, and the other one is going to be your water for your, it's going to be the water for the drinking water. So we got a couple of things we could do here. Those solenoids are probably the same voltage. We could simply swap the two wires and use the water fill for your, like your water glass, and see if it triggers the solenoid to open for the ice maker. So the easiest way for me to get to this is to remove these two screws here and take this whole piece out, and then it's quite serviceable, it looks like. So let me remove those. We got it out. Just literally those two screws and it pulls out, so it's pretty serviceable. I can see these share a common in between, so I know it's a common voltage. Also, I didn't mention this, you might have discerned this from what I've been saying, but the drinking water is working. So clearly it's the ice maker line, which I can tell by looking at the hoses here that the ice maker is on this side. I could swap these two. This is probably the easiest way to check this, is to just swap these two connectors and see if this solenoid opens. I'll have to get into the freezer, and because there'll be water going everywhere because the ice maker's out of there. But I should just be able to trigger it and it fire that solenoid. If it doesn't, we're going to have to replace this, and it looks like it's all one piece, so we'll probably just have to order a whole valve for it. Let me swap those two connectors and let's see what happens. All right, well, I can't really get a jar in there or anything, so I'm just gonna have to wing it here. But let me make sure this is set for water. And it is. So okay, so there's no water coming up, so there must be some kind of a clog. I can hear the valve opening. I can hear a valve opening. So something's... Let me check and see if this is energizing. I can actually put a screwdriver on there, but I need both hands. But I can feel if it's energizing. Or actually, maybe what we just do is this. Just disconnect that. Okay, I hear another solenoid going off. So that's interesting. I wonder what the other valve is. Maybe it's this one? Sorry, bad camera work going on here. Oh, you know what that is? That's a relay. Okay, so there's a relay in here somewhere. Okay, all right, we're starting to get somewhere. It's probably this solenoid valve. Here's what I need to do. I got to go get my meter, and we're going to check and see what voltage we're getting here when I do that. So I'm just doing some preliminary kind of checks here, and I'll check. This is the water valve, and it's checking in at like 412 ohms, and the ice maker, which is interesting, it might have a shorted turn because it's checking in at 245, and I can't imagine that they would be different because they're the same valve. So there could be something wrong with this solenoid. What I'm going to do now is get my screwdriver and see if I can feel any magnetism with it hooked up to the... I'll just force the water valve on with the... I think I got that hooked up right. Yeah, because that's the water. This is the ice here. I'm going to see if I can feel any... use that screwdriver tip, and we'll see if there's any magnetism here or not. And I'm also just double checking here. I've got it hooked up to the water water trigger, and it's 120 volt solenoid, 120 AC, which doesn't surprise me. So we're definitely getting voltage, obviously, to this one because the water valve seems to work. That likely means that this solenoid might be bad. So let me hook this up to here and see if we can feel some. See if we can't feel some magnetism there. I'm thinking that this solenoid is just quite simply bad. It's either the solenoid or the valve or something. Okay, so I just did a quick check off camera, and this feels stronger than this one. So I'm just going to assume that this solenoid or the valve, I am feeling something though, but it doesn't feel very strong, which would lead me to believe that this solenoid's got shorted turns in it. So there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I'm going to have to order a new valve for this before we can repair it. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do before I condemn this valve is the obvious thing, make sure it's getting water pressure, which I think if I'm looking at this, that's going to be real easy because the water supply for the fill for the ice maker and the drinking water is a common supply. So I'm going to say that that is for sure a bad valve because we had a common supply, drinking water is working, and the ice is not filling. So there you have it. So I did check one more thing here. This is the tube, and it is removable from the back of the fridge right here, so you can disconnect the line that goes into the ice maker, and it's kind of nice that you can remove it from here. It's just a quarter turn kind of a thing, so it goes in like this, and you rotate it, and it locks into place. I thought maybe it might have ice in it, because the one thing that we didn't check was that the path of the flow is totally clear. And now I got this back in here and I can't get it out because I'm not standing behind it. There we go. Anyways, it was mostly clogged with ice. So I just used some hot water, I pulled it out, used some hot water, and it's clear now. That could have been it, but I don't think that I was seeing anything come out of it at all. So I'll probably still get the valve for it, but I wanted to show you how this comes out of here. It's pretty easy, and it's nice and clear now. So you just put that in there, and quarter turn. It's got a little insulating disc. You want to make sure you put that back in here, and then get this tube reinstalled. Make sure it's nice and tight. Don't overdo it because you'll strip out the plastic, but make it snug. So we'll see if it fills here. I need to wait for the cycle to complete. I think that's what tells it to fill. So we'll let that finish it. So, as soon as I turned it back on, it ran a cycle. So let's see if it fills up with water when that finishes. Okay, well, it's filling, so that was definitely the problem. This goes to show you that you can get pretty deep into troubleshooting stuff and not realize that you had a really simple problem. So I just had to sit back and think about it for a second. So we did get some water in there. It didn't look like it was enough to really fill it to me, but we'll see. But there is water going through it now, so it was definitely a clogged line up there. So that's good. Don't have to replace the valve. Here's the model number, by the way. Simple problems, they can get you sometimes. This is why I do these videos, because everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. There's probably somebody already had the answer to this, but I enjoy going through the process. I don't really enjoy just having the answer. I like coming to the answer. So, anyways, it's fixed, and it was a simple problem. I'm wrong. I'm wrong all the time, but I'm okay with that because I was a learning journey on the way in. Now I understand how the thing works because I've seen it. So anyways, we'll wrap this one up.